You want to know about jobs. Let's see. You apply to many, and then you get picked by one. Go for an interview. Maybe make it to the team. Maybe get rejected because of your interview. Once you get the job, or if you do or not, you work. They give you a week with no schedule. Exactly when you first start, you work 1 to 2, maybe 3 days, and you're doing good. You do what you're told, stick with it. Maybe you're a cashier, maybe you're a warehouse worker. Who knows? List is endless. I think it's with all jobs. You spend your days going to work, loving your job, recovering shelves, bringing stuff to the loading dock, maybe loading a truck or two. Just go days in, days out, till one day you want to branch out, maybe explore different options. You look at other jobs online, see what they're about, and you're like, you don't know if you're even good enough for this job. So you start beating yourself down, saying you're not good enough. Well, that's just your mind playing tricks on you. You are good enough, you just don't see it yet. But you go throughout your day recovering shelves, doing cashier, maybe cash handling, all that stuff. You're not good enough. You try to so you're trying to perfect yourself as you go along. Try to get better. Even though you're getting praise at the job, like, oh, you're doing awesome. You're the best leader we ever had. But, depression also plays a role in how your job goes. And anxiety. You might one day realize that you are good enough. But sometimes that's too late. Maybe you already quit the job, or you got demoted, or something like that. It comes a time where you find a new job after that, and you go to that job, and start from rock bottom again. You're stocking shelves for less money than you would have gotten for stocking shelves at the other job. Your boss warned you. He said, Chris, that job don't pay that well. Why do you want to go there? And you reply, I don't know. I'm not good enough here. Why should I make the amount of money that I'm making if I'm not good enough? So you beat yourself down until you push yourself away from everything and all the things that you do right. Maybe you do not like retail. Maybe you do not like a lot of people, but you were doing good. You played your role. You were loved at the job. Did everything perfectly fine. You got praised left and right. Customers coming and praising you. You're working by yourself for an hour, but that boss was a good boss, but he expected everything from everybody and barely did any work himself. Yes, he put up the displays. Yes, he did all this stuff. But he also went in the office and sat in the office all day. It comes to a time where you may be doing good at a job. And you know you're doing a good job. But you're not getting recognition. You're not getting that way to go spirit. You're getting pizza. You stopped half the store getting like shoplifted. You recovered the shelves perfectly fine. You rotated expiring products perfectly fine. What the other people weren't doing. So, you see, you're doing a good job, but everybody else is not doing their job. So you feel overwhelmed at a point. Undervalued, not good pay. I know retail does not pay well in certain states. I know certain states cost of living is different. But if you're barely getting by on the money that you're making, it's not worth it. Strive for better. If you say that you're good enough, or you finally realize that everybody praised you, yes, you might have to start down at a low level again, but you'll shoot up. You'll have money. You'll have time to buy a car. You'll have time to do your license. You'll have a time to get your life a little bit better. Not as so shit as it is now. And apply for a different position, either within the company that you're currently at, or go abroad. Since you have a car now or whatever. In that sense, why don't you decide to go to another store as an assistant manager, work your way up in that company, go to manager eventually, and then switch jobs again. Like, you have to have a plan within plans. So you might be a sales associate or a low level warehouse worker. Then you go from sales associate to representative or whatever it is, lead, a supervisor position. Then you move on from a supervisor position to assistant manager. You can either do it with the same company or put your 2 weeks notice in and keep on applying different jobs for different positions. I don't know if that's a good idea, but for me, it has worked. Actually, it hasn't worked, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I applied for different jobs and ended up in the same position that I was at the other job, or even worse. So you gotta know what you're applying for if it falls into the same category. So technically, working your way up in a company, like, this is what it really is. You have to invest into a company, and they have to invest in you. So you work for that company, do what you're told, not slack off. But you're gonna have your bad days, and everybody understands that. Even your bosses do. Some bosses might not care and tell you act like a robot and have no feelings and do what you're told. 100%. You can't have one thing out of place. The shelf has to be stocked to the brim. That's not even good, because then that's too much on a shelf and it'll fall off. Like, come on now. I had this one job. It's at Dollar Tree. I'm not gonna say names, but my boss had me do freezers for a couple days. I was liking it. I was doing the freezers. I finally got it done. And you know, when you come in to work that was already not functional, so you have mistakes to already correct on your first few days, it's never good. And you quit that job and keep on applying to different places. But, you know, I'm just going to end it here. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have gotten this far, I do go live 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Don't know what times yet, so just keep a lookout for Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I upload 2 videos a week. Thank you.